Alright, today we are going to be replacing front axle on this, I believe it's a 2019 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP. It's going to be the passenger side. My understanding is it doesn't matter if it's the driver's side or the passenger side, it's the same process. It's definitely the same part number. I'll tell you, one of the first things you probably want to get going when you're doing this, pull that thing off. It's actually pretty clean in there, so hopefully that makes that coming off. But if you're missing this or that's dirty and rusty, get some whatever your favorite I'm gonna leave this on the jack, but I did put a jack stand under there just for safety. Careful because I've got my helper Hazel in here with me today, and she likes to carry off anything she can find. Get that mud. So this isn't farm use Polaris, so it definitely sees lots of mud, and that's generally what causes us to have to replace axles. Be really careful, especially in the back. It's not so much the front, but the back. If you get dirt packed in around the boots, and if you're like where we are, when the dirt hardens, it sets like concrete, super hard. And you go to ride it, and it basically ends up ripping the boot. And then you get water and crap in there, and it just will blow the axle out in no time. You can see this hole. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but basically the whole thing just kind of. So it's time to be replaced. So what we're going to do first, probably what I should have done before I took the wheel off, was loosen this nut just to make it easier. But I'm hoping it comes off fairly easy. Good design, keeping that all nice and clean. It's a lot easier to get off. I definitely don't remember the back one being that easy. You know, when I first started to take that off, you saw all the rotor turn. That's why I said I should have loosened that before I lifted it. But if you have that problem, just simply do something to hold the brake, and then you won't have any problem. So this nut on the bottom ball joint is metric. Now, I don't work on metric stuff very much. So a lot of options. Came right off too. Then we should just be able to tap on this lower control arm. Back on. Just hit out. Okay, well, just realized that wasn't recording, so let me catch you up here. So essentially, I kind of changed this a little bit. I didn't have the clearance down here in the bottom. I don't know if it's because this axle it's broken and it's kind of in there weird, but I just didn't have the clearance to get this out of there, the axle in the way. So what I did was I ended up undoing the top ball joint. It's got this bolt that goes through this thing right here. Goes all the way through. It does have to come completely out. You can't just loosen it because you see it's got a collar right there that goes through. So it's got to come all the way out. 15 millimeter. You will have to, it's easier if you take the brake caliper off. 15 millimeter there also. Take the brake caliper off. 2 bolts. Right, 2 bolts. There and there. Just pop it off, that way you can get to this with a socket on one side, put a wrench on this side, and then it comes right out. Now, this should be where you start. Take this one out, and it really doesn't matter. I guess you could not do the bottom ball joint, instead do the tie rod in. Either one, I don't know, it's going to matter, but I don't think you can just undo this and drop it enough. Maybe you can, I don't know. This axle was kind of broken, and it had actually kind of worked its way out a little bit. It looks like there's a bunch of mud and stuff packed in there that I'm gonna have to clean out. If you can see that in that hole right there. Wasn't letting the axle go in all the way, and so it's kind of had the axle pushed out. But the joints broke. I was wrong. Well, maybe, I don't know. This boot is torn, and that could just be because the joint broke and it was smashed around there. Could be that got torn from the mud like I was talking about, and that's let the grease out, let water in, and just broke it. But that's the old one, and that's how you can get it out. It was pretty quick. Undoing the bottom takes like no time at all. Getting this bolt out right here, that was pretty difficult because it's got some kind of lock nut on it that's on there big time tight. If you're using an impact, it probably won't matter, but it was tough to get off. Felt like it was gonna break, so tight. All right, let me go get the new axle and put this back together. New axle. Got this from a place called Super ATV. I think it said they're out of Illinois, but I ordered this and I got it the next day. I was super impressed. Not long after ordering it, I got a message saying it was shipped, and then I got a notification I was getting a shipment the next day from the carrier. So this is the new one, and also when you put these in, make sure put anti-seize on these splines right here, mainly on the inner one, but because it'll just help when you got to take that out sometime down the road, because these don't last forever, obviously. Be a heck of a lot nicer if that's not stuck in there. So looks like a exact replacement. Good quality boots. Back down here, I'm gonna try and clean some of this. Hard to see in there, but a lot of dirt and stuff kind of built up around where that goes in, so we're going to clean that stuff out real quick. Notice something. I was putting this back together. Those control arm bushings are so much play there is in that. That control arm bushing is shot. Hope this helped. You're about to take this on. If you know, like next time if I have to do the driver's side one, I could probably do it in 30 minutes. Now that I know what the best way. Come at it from that upper control arm. If you've got that style upper ball joint, where it's kind of got that collar bolt through there, drop that out, and that's the way to go. So, all right, thanks for watching.